So I'm excited to continue the fundamentals of success. So like you remember when we started this conversation, we said if two people had the exact same opportunity but there was different outcomes, what would have caused that? And I'm talking about what I think causes different outcomes. So we've already talked about time, and today we're going to talk about energy. Energy can be elusive and in short supply. Am I right? Ever been out of energy and wish you had more? I sure have been there many times. But I do believe we can choose to live in a way that we create the energy we need and then manage it for the times and things that matter the most. So if we're careful with our energy, we can create energy and then we manage it so that it's there when we need it most. I think it's possible. Living a healthy life starts with the understanding that one, energy is a limited resource. Sometimes we think when we have lots of something that it's not limited. And if we're young, the younger we are, the more we think energy is unlimited. But as you start gaining more responsibility and things go different in life, you start understanding that energy is actually a very limited resource. Or you get towards the end of a day and you understand energy is a limited resource if you're working hard. It also, number two, it must be replenished. So it's a limited resource and it runs out and then you got to replenish it. Often, I say. And then also, number three, when present makes everything come to life. Have you ever seen somebody do something without energy and how dead it felt? But then you get somebody in there with some energy and things just start happening and it's like it completely changes everything. A hard day can change when energy shows up. Honestly, it can make the difference of night and day. Number four, energy is most easily drained by stress. Have you ever had a cloud hanging over you of just stress and you're like not sure what you're going to do about a certain thing and you just start feeling tired? I'm sure we've all been there. Stress drains energy. And then lastly, number five, when we overgive, we hurt ourselves and others. So if we give too much energy and we run out of energy, we not only hurt ourselves, but we hurt the people around us. So I want us to think about a wooden tongue and groove bucket. You know those ice cream hand crank buckets? You got that wood all around there. And you got to keep some water in that thing so that it can actually hold water. Because if it dries out, water will run right through it. So I want us to think about energy and ourselves. We're the bucket, the tongue and groove bucket, and energy is water in the bucket. And if you're going to go watering things and you got lots of energy, you can run around. That water is going to mostly stay in the bucket. It's not draining out too much. And you go water things. And when you run out of energy, when you run out of water, if you keep giving and you're in a dry, parched land, this bucket will dry up. And the next time you get a little bit of energy poured into the bucket, guess what happens? It runs through. And you spend all your energy just trying to get back to being a normal human being. So it's very important that we understand with energy that it is limited. You got to keep giving more things to it, or you got to keep adding energy, replenishing it so there's actually energy there. And I think the way we live our life can really determine if we're actually doing things that bring energy to our life or that use up energy. So I have 2 points on that. That was just a couple things there. I know it's a little confusing maybe with all these different things, but I think it's important on that we invest energy where it gives back. A wise person invests energy in building healthy lifestyle habits that give much more energy than they take to maintain. So if we understand that energy needs to be given back, like it needs to be replenished, we need to add energy to our bucket on a regular basis, what can we do in our life? Healthy habits, healthy lifestyle habits that continually add energy back into our bucket. For us, for me, I love to go for an everyday walk. Sarah and I will walk almost every single day, and we talk about our day, we process, we think, we strategize, whatever we need to do, but it gives us energy. We get outside and we get moving, even if it's really hot, even if it's snowing, even if it's cold, it doesn't matter. We almost always go for a walk because it is one of those things that gives us so much energy. And sometimes we're sitting there, it's been a hard, long day, and we're so tired. And it's like, oh man, are we sure we want to go for a walk? And it's like, oh, we always feel better if we go for a walk. Let's go for a walk. And we'll go for a walk and we'll come back and we're much more energized. For us, that's one of those things that we do that adds energy. You hear me talk about my morning routine all the time, and I will talk about my morning routine till the day I die because that thing adds energy into my life. If I do not have my morning routine, I start running out of energy. So I don't know what it is for you, but these daily routines, these daily habits, if you can find one or two or three that add energy into your life, you can be completely beaten down one day and show up the next day with energy. Because what you do in the time between there replenishes your energy. That's why it's really important, because it is a limited resource. We run out and we got to figure out a way to replenish it. So that's on invest your energy where it gives back into good habits. And then the last point I have is focused energy is the secret to success. When we focus our energy on a few important things by saying no to everything else, that's when we experience profound success. Have you ever heard the phrase, jack of all trades, master of none? That's kind of what it is. If you just spread your energy everywhere and you're not actually focusing on something, you're not going to experience great success. If you want to be a really fast runner, you're going to have to put a lot of energy there. If you want to be a big, strong bodybuilder, you're going to have to put a lot of energy there. If you want to be a wise person, for me over the years, as I got into leadership and leading with wisdom has been one of my things that I am pursuing with all my heart. That's why I read books, that's why I talk to mentors, that's why I think about and strategize and look back and I want to hear from people. I'm constantly trying to learn and grow in my wisdom. I'm only 35 or 36, I can't remember anymore, but it's been probably from my early 20s one of the things that I have really put my focus on and my energy on. And if I look back to when I was 20, 21, 22, I would like to think I'm a little bit wiser than I was back then because I focused all my energy, a lot of my energy, on trying to learn from others, learn how to lead, learn how to work with people, all those things. So if you focus your energy, you can actually grow in something immensely. You can experience success. So if you want to be a jack of all trades but don't master any of them, go ahead and don't worry about where you spend your energy. But if you want to be successful, focus your energy. And if you want to have lots of energy, I would like to be as energetic as I am today when I'm 94 like my grandpa was. I think he lived life with energy. He was a kind of guy who had his routines. He did his thing. And he was a man of energy. Also, my grandma Weaver, she was something else. She was, I don't know, maybe this tall, but she ran around like she was a teenager, just full of energy. And if we want to be like that, if we want to live our lives with energy, if we want to show up and things happen when we show up, we got to figure out a way to replenish our energy. We got to figure out a way to manage it and spend it where it counts. So energy, I believe, is one of those things that makes some people successful and other people not. So if you don't have energy and you're struggling to overcome difficulties on your job or with customers or whatever it is that you do, if you don't have energy to overcome these things, I would say stop, take a look, and see what you're doing with your energy. Where are you spending it? And how are you replenishing it? How are you spending your weekends, your evenings? What are you doing to make sure you have lots of energy? Remember that what you do with what you have has more impact in your life than what you have. We're talking about things we all get, we all have. And that's what, the way we handle those things makes a big difference. James Clear, again, I'm on a kick of James Clear right now, but what looks like a talent gap is often a focus gap. The all-star is often an average to above average performer who spends more time working on what is important and less time on distractions. The talent is staying focused. So you look at a really talented person, I actually think James is right. The talent is actually in staying focused. Then you got another one here. New goals don't deliver new results. New lifestyles do. And a lifestyle is a process, not an outcome. For this reason, all of your energy should go into building better habits, not chasing better results. So put your energy to making great habits and results will show up. But if you put your energy into watching the scoreboard as you're playing basketball, that won't necessarily make you a better player. Actually, it probably will not make you a better player because you'll be stressed out seeing the score go in the wrong direction. But if you put your energy towards doing the right form and practicing and all the habits you need to be good, the results show up. So like he says, all of our energy should go into building better habits, not chasing better results. So again, where we spend our time, where we spend our energy, and next week we're going to talk about where we spend our money. But I believe these things make a big difference in how successful different people are. So if we want to be successful, let's manage our energy, let's do things that create energy. And we can have lots of energy left for the things that are important.